Hey guys, I'm up here at Roosevelt Lake today. What a beautiful day, I'm telling you. It's only located about 115 miles, 100 miles north of Phoenix. And what we're going to do is we're going to show some little bit of flipping. It's pretty easy. We're just flipping these standard trees right here. So today I'm just going to pull out a ditch digger, 5150 ditch digger. It's a green pumpkin with red flake or watermelon candy. They make a whole different array of colors. So I'm using a 1/0 hook. I'm going to go right into the head, pull it back over on the keeper. The trick is making sure that thing is nice and straight. I also put a bobber stopper on when I'm flipping to keep that bait tight to the weight. So let's give it a try. And like I said, the water is really clear here. So normally I like to stay a little bit further back. So let me back off some of these trees. Okay, I'm just bouncing it on the bottom. Oh, he's coming out of a tree. He's in a tree. That happens to me all the time when I catch one. I get in those trees and then let me go. Oh boy. He's still on because he's still pulling it. This is the bad part about getting in these trees. I'm just using monofilament now, 14-pound test, because the fluorocarbon, once you get in a tree like this, if you have 14-pound fluorocarbon, you're going to nick it up. And let's see if I can. Yeah, he's got me wrapped up down in the tree down there. Oh well, that happens. You know, you can see what we've been looking at on the shore, all kind of stuff. When that happens, sometimes you can just kind of jiggle it and they'll come out. But I can't feel him on there anymore. Let me just work around the other side, see if I can't pull him out. He pulled me in there, he surely could pull me out. Yeah, I don't think I have him on anymore. I'll probably just break him off. That does happen. Oh yeah, I'm stuck really good. Man, 14-pound mono is pretty darn strong. Anything, I'm stretching my line. Oh boy. Can't even break it. This is Bass Pro Shop's XL line that you buy for $9.99 and you get 1,500 yards. So it's pretty darn strong. So I usually flip with it because that way you don't break off too often, but you get your fish stuck in there. He felt like a pretty good one too, but he's whoops. There we go. We got nothing. So let's rig up another one on boat. There's one right there. All right, we finally got one, and he's not stuck in a tree. Here he comes. There you go. Just looks like a Bartlett Lake bass, but it's a Roosevelt bass. So caught him on a ditch digger, a candy, green pumpkin candy. So not a big fish, but a fish. So we're just going to let him go, rig back up, and we're just going to kind of work this rocky bank until I come to a tree, or we can get in some of those trees and start flipping again. I'm just going to throw that out, work this along the bank. Let's get back over here. There's some trees over here on this side. All right, here we go. Turn that trolling motor down. I like to run my trolling motor on lower speeds so I don't warn the bass that I'm coming. So let's just throw this out. Get it off about 6-8 feet off the bank. Just let that go down and just drag that right down into the, right off the shoreline. I just bump it like 3 or 4 times. If I don't get a bite, then I figure that there's no fish around. You know that fish can see 5 times greater than us. So if I could see 1 foot down, they could see 5 foot. So if I could see 10 foot, they're seeing it from a long, long ways away. So I figure out when I throw it in, it hits the bottom, and I just kind of jerk it along a couple times in these rocks. It kind of looks like a crawdad. If I don't get bit, I figure there's no fish there. So I'm going to go ahead and reel this up, throw it back out a long ways away. Keep working my way back into these nasty trees back here just to see if I could get one back in there. Okay. Keep reeling. Sometimes when I get in really, really nasty stuff, I've rigged up with 18 and 20 pound test. You know, if you're fishing in a tournament and you're down in one of these big old nasty trees here and you get just a 3, 4, or 5 pounder on, boy, he's gonna take you down. That little one down there was just in a little tree about 2 feet tall and went into there and tied me up on that last one. Okay, we'll just make another cast. Just keep moving, finding the fish. I'm just barely keeping tabs on that brush hog, just sliding it along the bottom, just bumping the little rocks. That's all I'm doing, just bump, bump, bump. And when it bumps back, I want you to really set the hook. Okay. So there's a couple trees up on the bank up there. So let's just kind of throw it up that way. Just to see if there's something back in there. I'm not seeing a whole lot on the graph as I go down the middle of this cove. Nope, not there. Nope. I'm hoping to pull it right into a tree and get one to come out of a tree. I have my brush hog Texas rig pretty good. One thing, folks, when you get stuck in a tree, always feel your line. Rub your line up and down like this, because if you are using fluorocarbon instead of mono, you'll feel one little tiny nick, and God forbid you get a fish on, a good fish, and he's probably going to break that. So get right over by that tree, see if anybody's home. I actually need to pick another cove out that has a lot more trees. This one doesn't have a ton, but we did catch one and lose one in this cove. So out here in the middle, you can see that there's some trees coming up. So that's a good example. Like here's a tree right underneath me. I'm gonna throw it right down in the middle of it, because it's just directly right underneath me. So when it hits the bottom, just shake it a couple times. If you don't get bit, reel it up, throw it to the next tree. If there's a fish in there and he wants it, he's gonna eat it that quick. Let's just see if we can find that and make that true. Not in that tree. Let's try another one. There's a big tree there. There's probably about 5 or 6 nice trees up here. Nope, nothing in that tree. Keep on trying. Nothing in that tree. We may have to find a cove that has some fish in it. Boy, it's so clear. You can see fish swimming around on the bottom here. I've never seen Roosevelt this clear before. Or I might want to try a 5150 worm instead of a brush hog. Maybe it's that time of the day where they just don't want to eat the brush hog, and maybe they want just to eat the worm. That happens to me too. Come on. We're getting into the trees here, that's for sure. Here, I'll just go right down in the middle of that tree. See if anybody's home. Nope. There is a lot of trees here. Just hold your line, pitch it out, throw it out, and just let it go down. That's all you have to do. All you need to do is just feel that little tick and then set the hook, if I can get one. All right, I'm just going from tree to tree to tree. Taking a while for this one. Nope, nothing on that one either. My gosh. There's one way back in that jungle back in there. Throw that in the nastiest place you can find. That's where they live. Especially the bigger fish. Nope. We decided, I saw some fish down here in the channel, down in the middle. So let's just see if we can't drag through some of theirs. There's like 4 or 5 of them right there. There's a bump. Get out of that tree. Here he comes. Come on, little guy. He's not a giant, but boy, drug him out of that tree. Come on. Oh, there we go. He's one that already spawned. He's got tree stuff all over inside his lips. In his mouth. Look how skinny he is. He's already been nesting. Look at that. His tail's all healing up and he's been working hard. Well, anyway, the brush hog is the ditch digger, 5150. They work good. And just Texas rig them, you know, it's real simple. Just put it on the hook, just like a rubber worm. Put it over there. I'm using a 2/0 hook. And just go to town, just throw it up on shore, and if you see a tree, throw it right in there. So hey, listen, thanks for watching our channel, and make sure you hit that little arrow where it says subscribe. And you guys have been doing a good job doing that. So we're getting a lot of subscribers and the channel's growing. So I'm happy to do this for you, and you're happy to do it for me. So thanks again. You've been watching Fishing with Gary.